How to do a hot tail whip.
Alright, that was bad. Let me do some stretches. Oh. Right, okay. To start doing a hot tail whip, I'm going to say make sure you learn them like on the deck first, because learning a tail whip as a hot tail whip is probably really hard. And that's not the way I did it, so yeah, definitely get tail whips down on the deck first, or like up a flat bank or something. Not even down, just sort of like so you know what you're doing, like getting your front foot on and stuff like that. And then you can start doing it on the floor. The way to start, obviously, is just try and do a tail whip, like to get it to land next to you, like that, and then just keep moving the bike. Like when it's out here and out here, then it's always going to land to the side of you, whereas if you keep it under you, then it'll always land under you. And then loads of people that you see try and do hot whips, they always try and go for their feet, so they'll like reach over the bike when it comes round, and they'll end up catching their back foot, and that, well, you're just never going to land a tail whip back foot first, well, you might, but I doubt it. So make sure you get the whole like getting under the bike thing down, like that. Then just keep landing more and more under your bike, and then you can start looking for pedals. Alright, let me do a warm up 180 first. So yeah, once you've started getting over the bike, like this, and you're like solidly getting under it all the time, then start going for your feet, or for your pedals. You should probably know which way to tail whip by now, if you can already tail whip. Like, spin left foot forward, right foot forward, stuff like that. I'm right foot forward, so I spin it that way. And then just try and catch your front foot first, and then, because it's a hot whip, it doesn't really matter when you catch your back foot, because it doesn't matter if you've landed already, because you've got like no air time. So yeah, don't worry about crank arms and stuff like that. It's a hot tail at the end of the day. Another bit of advice that I got told when I was learning them is don't pretend like it's a hot whip, like pretend in your head that it's just a tail. Like if you can tail it normally out of the deck, just pretend that you're doing one of them, because it's normally just the floor that psychs you out. Because if you see people that can hot whip only like 1 in 10, then that means they can do it, but it's just a mental thing. So it's definitely the floor that puts you off, so just try not to think about it. But yeah, other than that, then just try and do a tail whip. Another thing, I guess, is like what goes wrong with a hot tail whip. And when I was learning them, I literally used to do like shopping trolleys all the time, and you'd end up just doing like a hop Superman, and the bike was out there, and then I always fell over. So I guess the only way to stop doing that is just keep practicing getting the bike round and getting it controlled, and just solve it every time. Like getting it to land next to you like that, because if you haven't got that dialed, then that's when it spazzes out and goes halfway around and you land on your knees. Yeah, just keep practicing getting it next to you, and you're confident with it actually going to get round, and then getting over it, and then pedals. It's not really anything to do with how high you hop either, because I don't hop very high at all, and I think it's quite hard to like hop high and then think about a tail up as well. It's not the same as a bar spin really. So don't think that you won't be able to do it because you can't hop high, because it doesn't really matter. But I'll try and do a real low one. Yeah, you don't need to hop high to do them. So yeah, main advice is to do the whip and then stand over it. So don't be whipping and then trying to like, say if your bike landed there, and loads of people like try and like jump over the bike and then sort of like claim a land, which is just never gonna happen. So make sure you get the bike under you before you start going for pedals. Otherwise you'll just be thinking about too much. So always try and get under it. And then start going for pedals.
Or cranks.
Or crank arms, yeah. So yeah, after you've like got hot whips down, then you can start putting them in lines and stuff like that. And then just into banks. It's quite easy because you've got more time to drop and like off ledges and stuff. Yo. Cool?
Yep.
Sweet. We're doing an Instagram calling the shots.
Alec_Christian manual to whip off. Yo.
Standard, I haven't like modded it madly.